Alright guys, so we just tapped the car in. Looks like we're good to go. So hopefully the car pulls through. Hopefully we can make some good hits.
We got Joanna Marie in a brand new livery on her car. It just got finished just a little while ago. The Orlando-based Civic. A couple of heavy hitters rolling the line alongside each other right now. I have a feeling that Adriana would probably be willing to wheel in either one of these two, but Rob, she's got a little bit of a connection over there, so obviously want to make sure get that fuel injector clinic car lined up just right.
Rob's a great dude, solid guy, works for Vic there to.
He is a tune-up machine.
Yeah, no, and he's the guy. He's a solid dude. He works over there at Induction with the guys.
Well, he puts up with Adriana, so he has to be a solid dude. Actually, let's be honest. The women usually put up with us.
Right.
It is not
Top
the
bulb's
other way.
lit.
Both of them rolling in. We're waiting on Rob to get there. He rolls it in last beam, and we're off to the races. Neither one of them went the 60-foot they want, but they're going to let it down anyway. Nicole gets close to the center line. She looks like she's going to roll through it anyway. 8:26 at 1:57.
Come off that car in the right lane.
Side. Chad Carpenter right side, both of them in the top 16. Joanna with her brand new livery over on the left-hand side. Chad, your number 11 qualifier right side. They are staged and ready to go. Green lights on. Right side has problems. Joanna goes through a little bit of tire shake, and off to the races she goes. Left-hand side. Top-end scoreboard says 864 at 140. She improves by a little over a tenth of a second. It might move her up to the number 12 spot. Your number 11 qualifier, unfortunately, Chad Carpenter has trouble right off the starting line and will not improve his position.
How was Q1 and Q2? We did pretty good, I would say. We were struggling launching the car, figured out what the issue was. Some stuff was a little backwards, so we fixed that issue and went into Q1 with the 8.7 letting off because my window blew off. And then Q2 I went again and we did 8.64, which is a new PB, but I let off again. So it was just literally first through third. I think I'm just getting nervous as far as like once I get in the fourth, we're so close down the track and I'm just worried I'm not going to slow down in time. It's in the back of my head still. So we'll see if I can let a full pass in the fourth this round. GP1 Racing. My transmission is already pulled out. We already fixed the gears. Before I go into all this, let's go on a quick story time because I was so busy at the event, I did not get a chance to record as much as I would have liked to. Honestly, I didn't get to record much at all. I was so focused on racing and just kind of keeping my head in the game. And when I wasn't, I was talking to you guys. So many people came up to my tent where the car was at to show love, to take pictures, to talk. I'm so grateful for every single one of you all. And it makes me happy to hear how so many of you guys love the way the wrap came out. So many of you guys were saying it looks so much better in person. Pictures just don't justify the way it actually looks. So hopefully if you're watching this video, you get to see it in person one day and think the same. Either way, I'm very happy with everything and the way it came out. Not really happy with FL2K, but I can't complain, guys. This was essentially my testing. This was all testing for me. The car was literally never driven before until I got to this event. We had some issues. So I tried to go testing a few weeks before and the car kept bogging. We couldn't figure it out. Couldn't do a burnout, couldn't launch the car, couldn't do anything. So we packed up the car, we brought it back, we made some changes that we thought it was. At first we thought it was a speed sensor, we thought it was this, we thought it was that. Made all those fixes. So when we went back to the track, we thought that it was gonna be good to go. And it wasn't. Come to find out, my boost solenoids were actually wired backwards essentially. So the car was fighting itself, it was just bogging. Because of that, fixed that issue and I was finally able to launch the car, as y'all can see in Q1 and Q2. First pass I went 8.7 and that was letting off. Second pass I went 8.64 and that was letting off. Literally all I did was make it through, I want to say 3 gears. So the 8.7 pass was literally me going through first, second, and third. The 8.6 pass was me going in first, second, and third, shifting into fourth and basically letting off right when I got into fourth. So it was crazy. Honestly, everything just happened so fast. And not only that, guys, but it was literally my first time ever driving the car with the new setup. It's pretty close to the last setup, but there are a lot of little changes, as clearly you can see. Not only that, I haven't been back behind the wheel in over a year. Literally, the last event that I raced was FL2K, and then I think we took it out 1 or 2 times after that to hopefully get a better ET. I was trying to break the cert on the cage, but then no need to go into story time. You guys know what happened. Parachute broke, ended up going into the woods, and here we are today with the new build pretty much. I was excited because I knew, we obviously know the car has a lot more in it. Even on the 8.64 pass, you guys could probably see when I launched the tire, the wheel was spinning. So there was a lot of little factors. This car should eventually, hopefully one day be able to run a high 7-second pass. But with the driving that I'm doing right now and the current setup the way it is, this thing should definitely go low 8s. We know what it has in it. The data is very promising. So going into Q3, car bogged again. So essentially, we had to launch the car very, very high RPMs. So my tuner was figuring stuff out. And because of the issues of the car basically dying out, we gave it a ton of boost for it to go and it didn't go anywhere. Once we rewired the boost solenoids, I made those 8-second passes. And my tuner was basically, adjusting things. And then the third pass, I bogged at the line. Going into Q4, I was super hyped, super pumped because I was going against Nicole. Huge shout out to Nicole. She actually won FL2K. I'm so happy and proud of her. I've been cheering on Nicole for the past couple years. For those who don't know, Nicole is also known as Miss PSI on Instagram. She's actually one of the first females in this sport. Before her, there was no women competing in sport front wheel drive or X front wheel drive, whatever y'all want to call it. So she kind of like paved the way for women, which is pretty awesome. Finally got to race along her after cheering for her all these years. It was just a qualifying pass, nothing crazy at all. It's not like we were, going to eliminate one another. We are both good sports. We both cheer for one another at the end of the day, and we both want to see each other do good. I was super pumped to go against her. And as you'll see in those clips, I wasn't really trying to cut a light. Like, I was focusing on the light, but at the same time, my main priority was staging the car right. The way we stage our car is basically, you have the handbrake, you kind of creep in, and I like to stage on the second bulb, already on my anti-lag. But you will see, like I said, I wasn't really focusing on the light. I wasn't trying to cut a light. That is something that I will have to work on, but for right now, just trying to get the car dialed in. So I wasn't really focusing on that. So when she left, I stayed in it a little bit longer, launched. As soon as I launched, it died on its face, unfortunately. And we actually ran into issues with my shifter box as well. So many things, guys, so many things. So going from the boost solenoids being wired backwards to our wastegate, I ended up changing the spring in there to basically be able to create more boost because we needed more. The car wasn't giving us enough. So come to find out, we ended up leaving the wastegate loose a little bit, which ended up creating a boost leak, which is why the car basically died again at the line. So we fixed all of that issues. I was hoping that I'd be able to make another clean pass, because I knew that I could run probably a solid like 8.3 or lower pass, but I just had to stay in it. And I wanted to. I kept telling myself, all right, next round I go in there. Once it launches, like, I'm staying in it. Y'all gotta remember too, at the end of the day, this is the track where I had my accident at. So part of me is still kind of holding back, because I'm like, I don't want to not be able to slow down again. I didn't even get to pull the parachute during this event. I kept trying, but we have it on a button now, and the button actually doesn't deploy until I'm going over 150, which I didn't even go over 150 this weekend. There's a lot of little things I gotta get used to. I'm honestly just super proud of my progress. I think personally, I'm happy. Like, I did pretty good for this to be my first outing with the event. I'm a kind of person, luckily, under pressure, I work very well, and I have tunnel vision. So once I'm in the burnout box, I don't see anything to the left or right of me. I don't see the stands. I don't see anything but the person in front of me that's trying to basically line me up. And I'm very grateful for that, because that helps me out a ton. Like, I'm able to stay calm. I truly believe that once I get more familiar and get used to the car and get used to everything, that I will hopefully be pretty good driver. I do need to get better at the tree, but that's something that comes with time and practice and repetitiveness. I'm excited for the journey and what's to come. I actually have World Cup finals coming up in Maryland. I'm gonna be going to imports versus domestics. I did register for Mean Street. I do have to change the turbo and a few other things, which I'll be working on within these next few weeks. You guys will see updates as that happens. But I'm excited, guys. Like, this has been an event that I've watched on the internet for years, and I've always wanted to race. I've gone the past 3 years supporting my team and everybody, but I've never raced at this event. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting some of you guys. If you're in Maryland or surrounding areas, be sure to come by. I'll have the car there. I'll have my booth. I'll have a few t-shirts and things like that. I want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting my journey. You guys have seen this car from a street car to where it is today, and I'm forever grateful. I'm forever grateful for the amazing companies who have partnered with me to make my dream come possible. I couldn't have done it without you guys watching and without these companies. We have a lot to come, guys. I think it's going to be a great season. After World Cup finals, I'm going to try to compete at one event. There's an event in Orlando in December. I think it's called Sport Compact. I don't know if it's finals. I think finals is the one that's coming up in a few weeks, but it's an event in Orlando at OSW. That will probably be the last race of the year, and then from there, it's pretty much just testing more, making little changes to hopefully get faster and more competitive. So here we have the car. Luckily, the engine is still good. I didn't even get that many passes on there, unfortunately, but we're good to go here. The trans, we pulled it out, as y'all can see in those clips. Mark from GP1 Racing did his thing and ended up being 3rd and 4th gear, which really, really sucks. That was expensive. These gears are not cheap, guys, but it's all part of the sport. So what ended up happening was my C-clip that holds in the shifter spring, I'm gonna show you guys here, ended up basically backing out, and it pretty much made the shifter come apart, which you guys can see in the clip. So what we ended up doing was having this little piece. I don't know if you guys can see well, but now it's welded. So this spring right here can no longer pop out. So hopefully I have no more issues with this. As you guys can see, we pretty much Loctite everything, so should be good to go. Typically don't really have many issues with the shifter, but just my luck this weekend ended up coming apart. Again, it's a new build. Things happen. And it's fixed. So I'm pretty much ready to go back to the track. I can't wait. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do any more testing on this turbo. So in the extreme front wheel drive class, we pretty much run a Precision 73.9 Next Gen R. That's what's currently on here. But that is actually Super Street at World Cup Finals, which, if you guys know, Super Street is very hard to get into, and I don't have a qualifying pass to even get into that class. I haven't gone that fast yet, so I went to Mean Street. And with that being said, Precision has released a new turbo, a 6470. So that is going to be the turbo that I'm going to be running. It's going to be pretty much a different setup, essentially, just different turbo. I'm going to have a few minor changes, but everything else will pretty much stay the same. So we'll see how it goes. At the end of the day, guys, I'm just super pumped to finally go to World Cup Finals. Whatever happens, happens. Hopefully I can qualify. I am definitely feeling more comfortable with the car within every pass that I make. Hopefully I do good. Regardless, I'm just happy to finally attend this event. This is like the Super Bowl of drag racing. So many different cars, so many different classes. It's called imports versus domestics for a reason. They allow a certain amount of imports in each class, certain amount of domestics in each class, and in the end, we basically battled it out. We will see how everything goes. Hopefully I covered everything. I'm here like trying to remember all the little stuff that ended up happening at FL2K. It's been an awesome time, guys. I got to hang out with a lot of my race friends, meet some new people, see some old faces. FL2K has been an event that I have been attending for years now, and it's been incredible to see it grow every single year. It just gets bigger and bigger. So if you haven't heard of it, if you haven't checked it out, totally worth the drive, totally worth the flight, totally worth just coming, because it is an awesome event, and I'm grateful to have been a part of it. From modeling the event to racing my street car when this used to be a street car, to now actually driving and competing, it's been awesome. None of this would be possible if it weren't for your endless love and support. I'm forever grateful. Like I say, guys, trust the process. If you can dream it, you can do it. Make it a goal. This has taken years. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry I didn't get to record as much at the event. I'm gonna try working on that. It just gets so hard, it gets so overwhelming, and I try to keep my head in the game still. So we'll see how much footage I can get at World Cup Finals. I wanna give a huge shout out and thank you to Mark from GP1 Racing for helping me with this car and basically giving me a hand anytime I need it. I'm super grateful. Huge shout out to my tuner, Randy RS Tech. Really appreciate your patience and time with this build. Thank you to JBR Engines for building such awesome engines. Thank you to Drew for all the little stuff you've helped me with. There's so many people that I can thank. It's endless. Precision, Liquid Moly, all the amazing companies that have partnered with me. I'm so grateful, and I'm excited for this next race season, guys. So stay tuned. We have a lot of prep to come for World Cup Finals. Be on the lookout for the next video. Like I say, guys, trust the process, never give up. I'll catch you on the next one.